Alright, man, peace. So for those of you brothers who've been on my channel for long enough, you'll know that one of the themes that I like to cover is MK Ultra, which is basically the government-sponsored mind control program that permeates most of the upper levels of the entertainment industry, the sports world, etc. To be quite frank with you, you have well over 2 million monarch children sprinkled throughout the United States, but that's a whole other issue for another video. Point being is this: I recently started a series called MK Athletes. I did a video on Shaquille O'Neal, and I also did a video on Draymond Green. And so many brothers hit me up in my comments asking me if I saw what happened with Jalen Rose during the finals, and I actually did see it. But I said to myself, I'm not going to make a video about it because the snippet was too brief. The reason why I made the video on Draymond Green is because there's been more than one occasion where he has zoned out in the middle of a press conference and had that dazed look on his face, that disassociative look on his face. And also due to the fact that he attended Michigan State University, which has very close ties to the CIA, and also a commercial that I saw starring him and his mother, where there was a constant theme of butterflies all throughout her house. But that's neither here nor there. I'm sure that I'll be revisiting Mr. Draymond Green down the line. The reason why I made the Shaq video is because he froze for well over 2 minutes in real time. Jalen Rose was only frozen, quote unquote, for about 10 seconds, so I left it alone. And he was getting his mic adjusted. Well, Jalen Rose, being the internet maven that he is well aware of what's quote unquote hot in the streets. And many of these people are well aware of what the MK Ultra mind control program is, because it's becoming more and more quote unquote popular for people to talk about it on YouTube and on the internet. I've been aware of the MK Ultra program since 2003. Jalen Rose has decided that he's going to refute the sentiment that he's a quote unquote robot, an android, a mind control multiple, with the help of his assistant here. So of course they're going to talk about it, and I'm going to chime in.
Yes. Finally, this happened a while ago, but we have to address it. Okay? You went viral during the finals. Not because of your great analysis, not because of your great outfits, because of this video of you getting your microphone adjusted in which you did not move. Now, I need you to prove...
Once again, brothers, I saw this snippet when it originally occurred during the finals. And I said to myself, just watching all three of them, that all three of them looked like they were quote unquote frozen, but it was obvious to me that they were just paying very close and rapt attention to the game. And even though Jalen did look rather conspicuous with the way he was not blinking, I said to myself, the snippet is just too short for me to prove anything. Once again, the reason why I made the video on Shaq is because it was very obvious that he was disassociating during that segment with Victor Oladipo. Beyond that, his mouth was hanging open, and he did not blink for well over 2 minutes in real time. This snippet here is just way too short. But I do admit that when I originally saw it, I said to myself, wow, he looks very strange. The brother does look frozen. But I left it alone. I think I've mentioned this before on this channel. There are so many commercials and TV shows that I see that I say to myself, that's interesting. But if there's not enough empirical data or evidence for me to substantiate it in a video, I just let it go.
Prove to me that you are not a robot.
Well, somebody could have helped me out and let me know I was going to be on camera.
Or now you're pointing the blame.
Yes.
Well, see, Chauncey didn't really move until the end, to be honest with you.
Exactly. That was my point. I saw all three of them appear to be quote unquote frozen, but then it became rather apparent to me that they were just paying very rapt attention to the game. Understand that they have to be able to break down the game at the half and be able to basically encapsulate everything that's gone on in those first 24 minutes. And once again, this snippet was just way too short. It was only about 6 to 8 seconds.
Could have moved if I know.
Are you just that focused on your craft? Is that what it is?
Don't let people know that I actually pay attention to my job, and I'm serious about it. For all young journalists, all athletes that want to get into this business, I know y'all see us a lot shucking and jiving and laughing and joking, but I'm actually paying attention. I'm concentrating. And I'm about to go on television and talk about
another thing people don't know about Jalen Rose. Great team player.
Thank you.
You get food for the staff here all the time, once or twice a week. We're eating barbecue, fried pickles and stuff. And also, another thing people don't know, you're getting your mic adjusted. Do you know what's helpful if you're adjusting somebody's mic? If they're not moving. It's like getting a haircut. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like when you're getting a haircut or your mic adjusted, it helps them to not move.
I agree with that. But once again, this just shows you how many people must have been hitting Jalen Rose up about this situation that they felt like they had to address it on their show.
However, you have still not proven to me that you are not a robot. I've never seen you bleed blood. I've never seen you bleed actual blood. I know you sustain yourself on a diet that is basically Doritos, Fritos, and lobster with some red wine mixed in once in a while.
All 4 yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. These are very robotic tendencies. You're up in the morning at 3 a.m. every single day
Eating barbecue, better made chips and popcorn.
Jalen,
Yes.
you know what the biggest indication that you're actually a robot is? Hairline is too perfect. You have done nothing during this conversation to prove that you're not a robot. I'll be back with my robot co-host tomorrow on Jalen Jacoby.
All natural flow.
Robot.
Notice, though, at no point during this interview where Jalen Rose is addressing the allegations that he's basically a mind control multiple, does he say, you know, these people on the internet, these conspiracy theorists, they're just making stuff up. He's most likely very aware of the MK Ultra mind control program. He's probably seen weird things in the entertainment industry amongst many of his colleagues. At no point does he attempt to demonize the sentiment that he's a quote-unquote robot. It's just very obvious that he wanted to address it in some way. But anyway, I just wanted to make a video touching on the topic because so many brothers were hitting me up asking me if I saw Jalen Rose, and yes, I did see it, but I thought that the snippet was just way too short for me to do anything with that. And I'm not saying that Jalen Rose has not been put under any type of programming. I seriously doubt it. I think that for the most part, there are usually much stronger indicators that an athlete has been MK programmed than what you'd see in a Jalen Rose. So peace.